Global light of peace in Mozambique.
Global light of peace in Australia. Global light of peace in the Philippines. Global light of peace in Spain. We make it happen. We can do it. You can do it too.
Hello everyone. Welcome here tonight to distinguished guests and honourable guests, religious and community leaders, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the organising committee, it is my great pleasure and honour to welcome you here this evening to the Global Light of Peace 2017, which is held simultaneously in 6 countries across 6 continents throughout the world. Namely the USA, representing the North American continent, Brazil, representing the South American continent, Spain, representing the European continent, and Mozambique, representing the African continent, Philippines, representing the Asian continent, and Australia, representing the Oceania region. We will find that amidst the turmoil and conflict that is happening around the world at this present time, that the deep-seated wish of all human beings is actually to be free and at peace. However, if we are unable to discover and understand the correct methods to free ourselves from life's whirlpool of turmoil and conflict, the whirlpool will continue on endlessly. But when we practice the correct meditation methods that are universal and available to people of all ages, backgrounds, cultures, and traditions, we will be able to realize true peace and freedom. By stilling the mind inside the body, our mind will gain access to true inner peace and happiness. When we ourselves experience this inner peace and happiness, we will naturally radiate it outwards to all those that surround us, which in turn will result in peace and happiness radiating and reaching out further and further until it will eventually result in world peace. World peace is not so difficult to achieve. We just have to radiate the inner light from one's hand to another's hand, from one's mind to another's mind, extending it further and further until the inner light of peace shines brightly throughout the whole world. Then the whole world will be brightened by the inner light of our minds. On this auspicious occasion, we join as one to create world peace through inner peace together. Is everybody having a good evening? Yes? Good. I'm Andrew, by the way. Hi. And we will now actually do a video recording where I will go to the center of the stage and turn my back to you, and the camera will come there so it can get everybody. And we're going to actually show on the screen the motto for the event today. So we can join together and extend our warm Australian greetings by video recording to the other 5 continents taking part in this precious event with us at this present moment. After I introduce us with big voices and even more importantly, big smiles, let's all say the motto together in one voice. The motto is, Global Light of Peace in Australia, we'll make it happen. And we say that 3 times, and then followed by, we can do it, and you can do it too. And so the introduction that I will give is very simple. It's just, hello everyone, greetings from Sydney, Australia. And so as soon as we do that, we can do the motto together, if we can do that. Got it? Ah, good. Hello everyone, greetings from Sydney, Australia. Global light of peace in Australia. We'll make it happen. That's for you guys. You can do that. So we do that again, okay? We do that again so you can edit it. Hello everyone. Greetings from Sydney, Australia. Global light of peace in Australia. We'll make it happen. Global light of peace in Australia, we'll make it happen. Global light of peace in Australia, we'll make it happen. We can do it, and you can do it too. Thank you. You needed a bit of a prompt though, didn't you? And now we'd like to welcome to the stage an Aboriginal brothers and sister to give us the traditional welcome to the country dance performance. Are we ready? The Aboriginal tradition has been probably longer than this, but actually in Australia for what is estimated at 40,000 years. That's quite a long time, isn't it? I was born in Wales. I came here, and I've been here now, actually lived overseas for quite a few years, but more than 40 years. That's not very long, is it? Not 40,000 years. So do we have the performance ready? Please. Thank you. Please, big applause.
Taji balang onia, yoli birong, gumaragu ngurang, kamaregolora, ungungamania talinorangun, panya jiminka choklanial, wideo, kamui, yandalara. We acknowledge the ancestors, the spirits of this land, and pay our respects, and welcome you onto the land of the Camaragal people, Indigenous people of this part of Sydney. We welcome you with song. We welcome you as brothers and sisters from whichever part of the world you've come from. in moban, urago in moban, weary moban, and a weary moban, and ga 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 Where there been our manga river talilala? 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 Yay! Where there been our manga river talilala? 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 Yay! Ungongamania, Talenaragon, Panyajaminka, Telkanalia, we welcome you to our land, extend our hand in friendship and embrace you. Kamwe Yandalara, peace to all.
Wow, that's beautiful. That always brings like a tear to my throat. Did you get that? A joke. Tear to my eye. But we'd like to also, Matthew Doyle, the Aboriginal leader, was born and raised in Sydney, a descendant of the Muruwari people from the northwest New South Wales. Studied in NISDA College, 85 to 88, and then became a founding member of the AIDT company. Matthew is a dancer, musician, songman, didgeridoo player, educator, and over 27 years experience in the performing arts across all genres. Now we would like to, before we get on to the main part of the event, which is the meditation section, we're going to have some short speeches and also some short performances. So we would like to invite to the stage, if possible, Ms. Patricia Garcia, who's representing the National Program, she's the National Program Manager for Sustainable Development Goals, UNAA, talking about meditation and working with the refugees. So please welcome to the stage Patricia Garcia. Hi Patricia, nice to see you again. Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's wonderful to be here in this illuminating event, Global Light of Peace 2017, and especially privileged to be invited to speak and to express my gratitude to the Middle Way Meditation Institute for their dedicated efforts to develop inner peace, education and research through their trainings and cultural activities to promote peace and unity with people from different nationalities and religions. I'd like to say that my work currently with the United Nations Association of Australia is focusing on the Sustainable Development Goals. Many of you might have heard about this, but in September 2015, all 193 countries formally adopted the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which were really a plan and a vision to transform the world to a future that we want, where we have peace and security, and we could tackle poverty, eliminate injustice, and protect the environment, our planet. One of those goals is goal number 16, and this is the special goal that tonight we're going to be talking about, which is about building peaceful and inclusive societies with access to justice for all and to build strong and inclusive institutions. I'd like to say that today our vision is for a more peaceful world, and the place to begin is with ourselves. I worked for more than 25 years as a humanitarian aid worker, working in many conflicts and war zones, from Sudan to Afghanistan to Burma. And what I found meeting all the refugees in all these countries is that there was one thing that all the refugees had in common. They all said to me that all they wanted was the most important thing they wanted was to have peace. And this word peace means inner peace. Peace is an inner state in loving care for anyone in need. Its qualities are wisdom and compassion. Peacemaking requires us to connect our inner peace with our outer peace by encouraging internal reflection, questioning our personal and our external belief systems, so individuals can take action to effect personal and social change. This month is September, and the United Nations marks September with the International Day of Peace, which falls on the 21st of September. And the theme for this year's International Day of Peace is Together for Peace, Respect, Safety and Dignity for All. Together for Peace unites all organisations of the United Nations, together with the 193 member countries of the United Nations, the private sector, civil society, academics, institutions and individual citizens in a global partnership in support of diversity, non-discrimination and acceptance of refugees and migrants. In times of insecurity, communities that look different often become convenient scapegoats. We must resist these cynical efforts to divide communities and portray neighbours as the other. Discrimination diminishes us all, and it prevents people and societies from achieving their full potential. Together, let us stand up against bigotry and for human rights. Together, let us build bridges, and together let us transform fear into hope. So I'd like to say for today, and especially for the theme of peace for 2017, let us come together for peace, respect, safety and dignity for all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Patricia. We'd like to ask for Paul Taylor to come to the stage actually as well. Mr. Paul Taylor, if you can go to your left on the other side of the stage. We'd now like to welcome Tomek Wizard. I'm sorry, Tomek, but I'm going to get it, okay? Wizasani, is that pretty close? Yeah, pretty close, good. PhD, so a doctor, and he's a mentor and founder of the Synergy Lab in Sydney. And he's going to give a discussion on the impact of meditation on world peace, which is very much in line with our theme today, isn't it? Does everybody agree with that? You get a peaceful mind, then naturally you radiate peace. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you very much for that introduction. Okay, hello everyone. It's so nice to be here. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to thank the organizers for inviting me here. I think it's wonderful. And all of you, all the participants in the audience, for being here. It couldn't happen without you. It is truly remarkable that so many of us from all parts of the world gathered here to support the world peace. Different religions and belief systems united under one flag. We may speak different languages, use different metaphors, and tell different stories, but our purpose is the same: to find peaceful and happy existence. The way I see it, science is just one of those languages, a platform to communicate important truths about life and this existence. Neuroscience in particular deals with the structure and function of the brain and nervous system. It shows how billions of nerve cells connecting all parts of the body to work in unison, to grow, to learn, and to evolve. If only one part is hurt or injured, the entire body suffers the consequences. To test this theory, remember last time you had a toothache. On the other hand, when all the parts are well and function properly, we feel healthy. This orderly and harmonious connectedness of the body and mind is called by scientists the state of coherence. We all experience it as the inner peace. Over the past 2 decades, we learned more about our brains than in all our previous history. We gained insight into our deepest inner workings. At the same time, when neuroscientists were discovering new connections within human body, the internet was connecting more and more people across the globe. One may even draw an analogy between the function of the nervous system that connects all cells of the human body with the internet connecting participants of this very event as we speak across 6 continents. It becomes clear that the world peace depends on the inner peace of every individual in the same way as the health of human body depends on the health of every limb, every organ, and every cell. It is my opinion that we have responsibility to cultivate our individual inner peace by practicing healthy habits of the body and mind if you want to see peace in the world. As Mahatma Gandhi famously says, you must be the change you want to see. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tomek. We would like to now welcome to the stage Mr. Paul Taylor, representing the Australian Christian Meditation Community, ACMC. Please. Who will speak on the outlook for world peace with the question, is it possible?
Well, it's a remarkable privilege to be here. I didn't know much about what tonight was going to be like, and it fills my heart with a feeling of, gee, the world is a good place. And I'd like to talk about 2 things tonight, 2 things that, first of all, I want to tell you that Christians do meditate. I think a lot of people from other religions don't know about that. But Christians have always meditated. Jesus was a meditator. It's clear when you read the Bible that when the going got tough, he went apart by himself and spent whole nights in prayer. And when he was about to be crucified, again he went apart. And what came out of those times of going apart and tapping into that which was his sense of connectedness to the whole was he came and delivered to the world remarkable teachings about peace and non-violence. his whole life was an exhibition of this very fact that we aren't to operate out of violence, we are to operate out of our own inner goodness. Unfortunately, a lot of Christians forgot about this teaching, although a few kept it up right through the ages. So there's a strong tradition, but it's been kind of underground, often practiced by monks in monasteries, and so the public at large didn't know. But in the late 20th century, around the 1960s, a whole group of people began to emerge who held Christian meditation as a great value. People like Simone Weil, Thomas Merton, John Main, Lawrence Freeman, Thomas Keating. These were all great people, and they all came forth and said, we need to get back in touch with our own inner stillness, our own inner peace. They taught very simple methods. They suggested that we use a prayer word or a mantra to help us become centered. And their teaching became very attractive to more and more Christians, and currently the world community of Christian meditation is going to countries everywhere. And we have small meetings, there's over 500 groups that meet every week in Australia, in prisons, in schools, churches, in people's houses. My wife and myself have been involved with a group here at Lavender Bay, just a few blocks away, and we meet 7 times a week, but once a month, on the first Sunday of every month, we have an interfaith meditation group, and about 30 people come, so it's kind of a night like tonight on a smaller scale, but we meditate together, most importantly, for 30 minutes, and then we share each other's sacred texts. And it's just wonderful. It's just, and so I've seen how this is gradually gathering more and more people toward it. And so in answer to the question, do I think peace is possible? I very much believe it's possible. And it's going to have to start with the world religions being able to share in meditation, in deep inner stillness and silence. If we can do that, we begin something that's going to transform the world. And as Christians, it's great to be together with other religions. And, you know, Christianity's been very guilty over the years of saying my religion's better than your religion. We hold nothing of that. All religions are great, and they're all great ways of finding our way to the peace and happiness of the world. So thank you very much for having me speak to you.
Thank you very much, Paul. Really appreciate it. Paul just mentioned a man that I have read a lot about, actually, is Thomas Merton. He is in Massachusetts. Is that where his centre was? Yeah, so in the United States. And I do remember that one of my teachers from the past, His Holiness Dalai Lama, actually gave a talk there, I think in the 90s. Sometime in the 90s, he was the first Buddhist master to give a talk at the Christian Meditation Center. If I can share just a personal experience with you as well. In the United States, where I lived in the temple, in the Vietnamese Buddhist temple, I was asked to give a talk at an interfaith event, and I had a little plan that the talk was going to be, it was supposed to be 20 minutes. So I spoke for about 30 seconds, and then we did 19 minutes of meditation. And at the end of the meditation, I asked people, what is time? And I thought maybe people think I'm a little crazy, but really what I was after was inner peace, you know, to everybody to experience each other's peace, or inner peace radiating outwards. So thank you for reminding me of that time. Now, the next, we would like to have a short performance, actually, of Didgeridoo and the Singing Bowl by Qigong teacher, Mr. Warren Carey. So this is multicultural again, isn't it? It's wonderful.
Absolutely.
We have Australian indigenous instrument. We have from East Asia, the singing bowl, and we have an Aussie.
Well, sadly, I didn't know I was being billed for the singing bowl, so I haven't brought.
Oh, you didn't bring along, okay.
But I brought along 2 didgeridoos, so I'll move you. And before I play, I humbly acknowledge the Aboriginal culture from which this instrument, these amazing instruments come from. And I play it very sincerely in front of you all. I'll play it differently from the true blood that was playing earlier for us. I'll play it in a way that I would hope to induce silence within you all. After finishing my first didgeridoo, we'll have a minute or 2 silence, and I'll play another one. I think you might go to nirvana, all going well. So begin your meditation. This is a meditation for you. So humbly join me in a couple of minutes silence. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti, everyone.
Thank you to the Qigong teacher, Master Warren Carey, for a lovely sound with the didgeridoo, or what we'd like to call a didge. I actually own a didgeridoo as well, but I can't play it very well. I'm better on a guitar. But that's wonderful. To me, it's one of my favorite sounds from when it comes to musical instruments, is the didgeridoo. And I feel very blessed tonight that we've actually heard it twice. So, very different styles. Next to the stage, I'd like to welcome Ms. Morni Chen, who is the coordinator of the Brahma Kumaris of Australia. She will talk about, can we let inner peace in? That's a good question, isn't it? Sometimes we think that inner peace is something we get from outside. Like you can buy it in the supermarket, or you can buy it when we buy a new car or something like that, but it's impossible. We have to let it in, or let it out.
Might stay here so I can see you all. I'm a bit short. So first of all, a greeting of peace. Om Shanti. Om, the eternal self. Shanti, peace. I think in Thai you might say Santi, is it right? For peace. So I would say that definitely we all can bring inner peace, but we have to have the intention. And for that, we need to know the value of peace. And very often, peace is not understood. For example, I asked a group of businessmen in Korea, do you want to be peaceful? They said, yes, of course. I said, but you also want to make a lot of money, don't you? And they said, yeah, definitely. And I asked them, can you be peaceful and still make a lot of money? What do you think? What do you think? I hope you'll all say yes. But they said, I don't think so. Because people have a misconception that peace is passive, that peace is a bit like the pictures we saw, sitting, not doing anything. How can we make a lot of money? You know, they always advertise for people saying, young, aggressive person needed by this company. Do you see that word? Aggressive. So there's a misconception about peace. And I think first we need to understand what is peace. And I was asked that once, what is peace? It's a very hard thing to really define. I know our friends from the Philippines are out there, and in the Philippines I came across the best definition, I would say, a word called kalinao, and it means peace. In that translation meant clear mind. Clear mind. Is clear mind weak, or is it very powerful? Very powerful. What it means, a clear mind means that I don't react to anything. Can you imagine yourself not reacting to anything? Can you imagine? Is it easy? It's not that easy, and that's why we need to start practicing it. But to understand and to recognize that if we were able to be really peaceful and not react to anything, we would be very powerful. We would be very astute. We would be beyond the influence of anything. And this world is so full of influences, whether it's noise or whether it's negative news, even an atmosphere. So if we're able to bring this inner peace, this clear mind, so that we're not influenced, then we'll stay centered. You know, they often show this dot here, symbolizing the soul or the consciousness. And so if we're able to be conscious, no matter what's going on, then we would be very powerful, very effective in anything we're doing, whether it's business, whatever it is. And in fact, a friend of mine was with the Special Armed Services, and he was saying that how they choose those people to lead and to really be in those positions that are very delicate, they choose the people that don't react in crisis. So you can see how effective and powerful peace is. We just need to understand it and not misunderstand that it's something very weak, something very passive. People say if you're peaceful, you'll be like a doormat. It means people will just walk on you and turn their foot. You know, that you'll be too easy, like they say, a pushover. But not at all. People who stand in their peace, it's a little bit like the martial arts. When we're in our peace, people know not to mess with us. We carry ourselves in that state. So I definitely know that we can, but we need to be clear about what we're doing, and we need that intention to do it. So thank you very much for inviting me this evening. It's really wonderful that we've gathered here for peace, especially at this time in the world when we all know what's going on. It's a bit of a delicate time, so these gatherings are so important to make the difference. Om, can you say? Om Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you, Moni. I think all of the words today spoken by our guest speakers have just been wonderful, coming from slightly different areas, but all pointing to the same goal, the goal of inner peace. You know, it was an interesting word you said, you know, can you earn money while being peaceful? I'd actually go as far as to say, as long as you have the right intention, isn't it? Then you can, with a peaceful mind, you can earn more money, actually. If you want, of course, if it's needed. Next, we'd like to welcome to the stage Miss Universe New Zealand Organisation CEO, Mr. Nigel Godfrey, and Miss Universe New Zealand, Miss Harlem Cruz Atarangi Ihaya. Please, thank you.
Tēnā tātou katoa, ko Harlem Cruise Atarangi Haia tōku ingoa, he hōnore nui tēnei ki te mihi atu ki a koutou katoa. Good evening, my name is Harlem Cruise Atarangi Haia, and I am your Miss Universe New Zealand 2017, and it is an honour to be here today.
Kia ora. Kia ora, tēnā koutou katoa. And I am Nigel Godfrey, the CEO of Miss Universe New Zealand, and like Harlem, being given this opportunity to speak to all of you is indeed an honour.
Since Miss Universe started 66 years ago, it has been a long-standing joke that the finalists always want to talk about world peace. And you might perhaps ask yourself why. Well, I guess you could put it down to the fact that the competition itself is universal. It covers the whole world.
And what's the one issue that's challenged the globe since the dawn of time, other than where the other sock is when you're doing the washing? Well, it is, of course, peace. But what is peace? And why is world peace such a challenge for us? Well, of course, peace can mean many things to many people. It can relate to a sense of calm, a sense of well-being, a lack of conflict or argument, a period of tranquility. But how can we achieve this at a world level? Well, for a start, we're all born with one mouth, two eyes, and two ears. But often we use our mouths rather disproportionately to those other two. In addition, on the world stage, we're not always set the greatest example by our world political leaders. For example, just today, it seems that the political answer to the ever-escalating rhetoric from North Korea is to talk of war and not peace. So how can we, as individuals, trump that kind of aggressive but negative thinking, and I make no apologies for that pun? And how can we progress towards peace?
Well, in the world of Miss Universe, you often hear contestants talk of inner beauty. But what does inner beauty really mean? After all, it certainly doesn't mean the beauty of your inner organs, although perhaps I'll make an exception with your heart. What inner beauty means to me is that you start from deep down inside yourself, and you attempt to approach the world from a place of honesty, addressing one's interaction with others without conditions, and always advancing without bias or prejudice.
Very often, that will mean confronting an inherent bias that you might have been brought up with, or challenging a deep-seated belief that you know simply isn't working for you in your life. And you know, looking at this definition of inner beauty, I think it has some real parallels with the definition of inner peace that we've been hearing about tonight. After all, we can't reflect or shine the light of peace towards others unless or until we're at peace within ourselves.
In 2017, it is often suggested that we live in the most connected world that has ever existed. After all, right now, I could simply turn on my phone and broadcast what I'm saying to the whole entire world. So the possibility of connection is most definitely there. We have the tools that allow us to communicate better, faster, and more efficiently with the rest of the world than ever before. But are we actually doing that?
You know, I'd venture to suggest that these tools are quite simply that. They're tools. But let's remember, without a carpenter, a hammer or a saw is useless. Without a gardener, a spade or a fork, they're simply pieces of metal. We need to look at the people using the tools. And we probably need to start with ourselves. We need to study far more closely what it takes to become a productive member of our own communities, a contributing participant to a greater society. And we all probably need to work just a little harder on that.
So in a world where we are bombarded with advertising, messaging and often quite pointless communication, we surely need to take the time to simply stop and clear our minds, but in order to concentrate not on ourselves, but so that we can recognise what is good and worthwhile in this ever-changing and fast-moving world.
And in taking that time, we'll surely come much closer to finding an inner peace and discovering what is ultimately of importance in our lives. There are, and there always have been, many constants. The sun will always rise and shine, the rain will fall, flowers and plants will grow and then wither, and the All Blacks will always win at rugby. Okay, not always, just mostly. Because in the final analysis, life is a cycle. It's not a race, it's not a competition. In my position with both Miss Universe and as a television producer, I meet a lot of young people whose goal seems increasingly to simply become a star. Well, by definition, a star can only shine from above. And I always tell them that it's far better to shine from within, and then you can share your light with all those around you.
With tens of thousands of people taking part in the Global Light of Peace celebration, I feel sure that a spotlight will be shone onto the single most important issue that faces us as a global community, and that issue is world peace.
However, continuing from tonight, to let your inner peace shine out to everyone you come into contact with on a daily basis, on an ever-increasing basis, then that will surely be infectious and will be a lasting legacy and all of our ongoing contribution to world peace as we move forward.
Mauri ora.
May peace prevail.
Thank you, Nigel. Thank you, Harlem Cruz. I would now like to actually myself perform a song. I was asking yesterday which song I should sing, whether it be one I write or something you know, and we decided that it was one you know. So I'd like to perform the internationally renowned Song of Peace by John Lennon. Do you know what it is? What's it called? That's one less word I have to say today. So thank you all for sharing your friendship today, by the way, and your happiness. Are you smiling? I think so. I see lots of teeth, lots of smiles. It's good to see. So I will just get to the center of the stage and sing a song for you. Who was born in Australia? How many? There's quite a few. Yeah, there's quite a few. Yeah. I'd like to know, we won't find this out, but I'd like to know how many countries are represented from birth and families, actually. So much to know, I think. Thanks, Jeff. So please sing along. Even if you only know the words a little bit, I'm sure you're going to get it. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Or you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people living for today. Oh, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us and come on a big finish together. And the world will live as one. Thank you. Thanks, Jeff. My good friend Jeff. Excellent Dharma practitioner too, Jeff, as well. So like before, I said, thank you for sharing your friendship and your kindness and your happiness today with us. It's very obvious. It's very reflected in your glorious facial expressions, and I really mean that. And also for radiating your hopes and dreams for all living beings to find inner peace and happiness, and for there to be peace throughout the world. It can be achieved. You agree? Absolutely possible, yeah? It's there now. Actually, we already have it. It has to be unveiled. So now I would like to invite to the stage the President of the Buddhist Federation of Australia, Most Venerable Sudammo, to give his speech on behalf of the Middle Way Meditation Institute. I have known Longna Sudammo now for, I think, something like maybe 7 or 8 years, and a brilliant man. So please welcome him to the stage. Thank you.
Good evening, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight is the full moonlight, the night that the great master seeks the true happiness that everyone wants. In the present time, my master also seeks true happiness on the full night as well. Therefore, I firmly believe that each and everyone can appreciate true happiness now. I would like to present the message from the founder of the Bidden Way Meditation Institute to you all. All of us have gathered here tonight to meditate and will shine the light of peace together. It is such a bright moment for Australia and the whole world. Between the challenge of continuous war and conflicts that still exist in many parts of the world, the light of peace that we will shine brightly tonight will become a beacon of hope, assuring us that once every one of us has inner peace, we will be able to share it with others to eventually create world peace. When our minds become still through meditation, our minds become clean, clear, and bright. Only then will we find inner peace. May all people around the world, regardless of nationality, race, or religion, receive our inner peace and good wishes. May they be blessed with greater happiness in their families and in their life. May we find peace and love among us all. Sappa Buddha Nupavena, Sappa Dhamma Nupavena, Sappa Sankha Nupavena, Sattha Sothi Bhavantu Te. Thank you.
Thank you, Most Venerable. And also, thank you to the Honorary Secretary General of the Buddhist Federation of Australia, Henry Dang, as well. We would like now to invite all of our distinguished speakers and guests to the stage, already here as well. We have Patricia Garcia from the National Program Manager of the Sustainable Development Goals, Mr. Paul Taylor from the Australian Christian Meditation Community, Tomic, I'm going to try again there, Tomic, okay, I'm sorry, Wishisani, okay, good, and PhD, and Ms. Mornay Chen, also Nigel Godfrey and Harlem Cruz from the Miss Universe New Zealand organisation. And also we'd like to welcome back to the stage Mr. Matthew Doyle, if he is here already, I think, from the opening performance. Hopefully it's here, and just make your way to the stage. And so what we're going to do right now is we're going to switch on the globes of peace. You see them all in front of you, but not you guys yet, not yet. You guys later. We're just going to do it at the start of this. This is like an open ceremony of our for our speakers to switch on their lights and to create peace in the world. And then we will have a photo op. and we'll do that. So if you could do that now, please. Yeah. It's just the switches underneath. You have the globes? No? Where are the globes? Yeah. We have to have the globes, otherwise we can't switch them on. Can we have the globes on the stage, please? And so, as you can imagine, we have people, like I said before, from all parts of the world here today. Australia is a place that is what we call multicultural. And I think if we're all wise, we can actually learn from each other. We don't all have to live in the same household, but we all can be friendly. We all can love each other and care for each other and be of benefit to each other throughout our lives, throughout each day, throughout each minute, and throughout the years. I think it's a very important message that we bring tonight. And tonight, if you can take something with you from tonight, just bring it that's positive and beneficial. Just bring it with you in your every moment that you're living, in everything you do, whether it be in your work, whether it be in your hobbies or sports, whether you go down the beach and hang out in the sun, go for a surf, all of these things. Whether it's the All Blacks winning the rugby like normal, or I was born in Wales, so we never win against you guys. You always beat us by 1 point. No, I'm just joking around. But just so if we can share with each other, whether we speak the same language or different language, whether we eat the same type of food or different food, we are all, to quote myself from one of my songs that's fairly well known, we're all one people, actually, even though we do have some differences. So what we do is underneath the globe, there's a little switch, and you switch it on, and the globe will light. I promise. After we've done the meditation, we will all light the globes together. But you know what? Even though the globes are symbolic of inner peace, which can lead to global peace, actually the inner peace that we truly have already, that we need to unveil, far, far outshines these electronic globes. So we have a little technical glitch at the moment, but that's okay, isn't it? The word shanti, you chanted shanti before, shanti. It means peace, but it actually also means patience. Actually, you mentioned shanti before as, like people thinking sometimes if we're very peaceful and passive and things like that, that we can be like doormats or something like that. But actually, the peaceful state of mind is patient, it's moral, generous, enthusiastic and joyful, concentrated and wise. And the word patience, shanti, also means patience. So patience, what is patience? I like to always say patience is like the big oak tree. You know the big oak tree? Quite a lot of oak trees, they actually are near bodies of water, like riversides and things like this. So their roots have to be very deep into the ground because the ground is very moist and moves quite a bit. And so these roots represent virtue, really, isn't it? When you think about that as an example of patience, we must be virtuous, moral, generous, and so forth, to be patient. And also the wood on the oak trees. We make a lot of things from it. My guitar's made from oak, 2 different types of oak. And also a lot of furniture and things like that is made from this wood because it's so flexible. It goes, when the wind blows, it actually moves. It's very flexible. Because if it stood like that in really strong winds, it would be brittle and break. So patience is like that as well. Flexible because we're able to deal with anything. to deal with everything that's thrown at us in our lives. Don't you think? Good. Do we have the balls now? Everything is on, and if you can place in front of you. Fantastic. Yeah, you can light it now, please. If everybody can light it. I can't hear you. Sorry. And so what we'll do now is to take a photograph. If everybody, now that the lamps are lit, if we can just come to the stage, the front of the stage, and just take a photograph together, would be really nice. Thank you. No, you can leave. Yeah, it's there for the day now. Just bunch up together. I guess, yeah. You realize this is actually the first time this is known to have happened in the world. Even though we have, maybe 300 or 400 people with us today, it's the first time that it's in synergy with the 6 other continents, or 5 other continents. We don't know in history, modern history, that has happened. So actually, by us taking photographs, by us filming it, just know that each of us individually, as well as collectively, actually are part of a historic event. So many of the historic events in history, unfortunately, relate to conflict, relate to wars. I mean, there's so many movies and TV shows made from these conflicts and from these wars and so forth. But I think maybe we should start to record all of the good things. Whether these good things are happening between, or in one person's mind, or whether these good things are happening between 2 people or a big group of people, or a few hundred people like we have today. And I'd imagine that through the other countries where this initiative has started at the same time as us, there's probably a few thousand, or maybe a couple of thousand. So I think we can rejoice in that. The more you rejoice in the goodness of it, the more the goodness increases, the more the rejoicing increases. And don't worry, we don't have a drone camera today. Thank you. That's fantastic. Thank you for your patience. And so if everybody can just go back to their seats right now. And then we would like to... please, yes, please. Yes, this way. Thank you. Please give a round of applause. A huge round of applause, actually. I think all of the words spoken today have the same, like I said, pointing in the same direction, even though we're coming from different angles, different cultural beliefs, things like this, all have the same goal, peace. We'd like now to invite our international and local distinguished guests, supporters and contributors to the stage, responsible for or helping us to put on today's or tonight's event, to also switch on the globes of peace as we extend our hopes and wishes to create world peace through inner peace. So if you could just come to the stage, would be really nice. Thank you. We have Mr. Trent Hurry, Do It for Peace Co. Limited. Also Dr. Wonway Kowichinda Che from Devonshire Dental. Tammy Taikdi. These are from UNAA. Also Tracy Kwang. Frank Alafaci, PhD. Zeni Edward, PhD. From the Australian Christian Meditation Community, Judy Taylor and Lillian Lee. From the Laos community, Chanthanik Chitasi and Savi Shaipanya. Also the Thai supporters that have come here today to Australia, Mrs. Kemika. If I pronounce your names wrong, I'm sorry. Ahead of time I say that. Vajivoresis, Mr. Jarangwit, I'll say the first names actually. Mr. Sorowit, Mr. Somsak, Mr. Sujata, or Mrs. Sujata, Mrs. Wandi, Miss Rosasawan, Mrs. Popcorn, Mrs. or Ms. Nong Yao, and Mr. Supap, if you come to the stage. And please give a round of applause for all of our contributors and sponsors today, and distinguished guests from the organizations that are represented. And if you also, when you are ready, if you also can put on your globes, if you haven't already done it. Like I said, the switch is just underneath. Really small little switch. We tested them last night, so they work, for sure. Unless the battery's got a really short life. Yeah. And then you, exactly, place all of the lamps together as one. Thank you. So if we take a photo op as well, so that we can record this historic and auspicious occasion. Maybe we can, everybody to be seen. We are coming up to the meditation part, which is the most important part of the evening tonight. And so maybe we can prepare for that by relaxing, smiling inside, smiling outside. Very soon we're going to actually see on the screen, after we do the photos, we're going to see our friends from all over the world and their message. You know, the message that we recorded a bit earlier is going to be sent to them, and so they will send their messages to us, and we'll be able to see them on the screen very shortly. No classes in societies, everyone will be evenly happy. Speak the same heavenly language, become as one with smiles. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, if everybody can please return to your seats. Thank you. The world will change. Let's come together to change the world. So please welcome. Let's come together to please welcome our global peace through inner peace friends from around the globe. First of all, we will have from the USA. Now he's from Australia.
Now on the
That one.
count of three,
Me.
we'll recite our motto. 1, 2.
Has anybody been to where I live, Phillip Island?
Global light of peace in the USA. We make it happen. Global light of peace in the USA. We make it happen. Global light of peace in the USA. We make it happen. We can do it. You can do it too.
And next is from Brazil in South America.
Hello everyone, we are here in Iloilo City, Philippines.
And next country that's being represented and also welcoming and saying good day to us is from Spain. Representing the European continent. Not yet. No, speak up. Come on, come over here and talk to me. This is Juanita, who's working so tireless behind the stage. Don't be shy. Oh, we don't have the videos? Are we getting them later? Okay, the videos haven't arrived yet from Spain, Mozambique, or the Philippines as yet, but I'm sure that they will arrive very soon, and I'll be notified, I imagine, when they do arrive. I was going to say before, I left it in the air, but my family live at Phillip Island, so that's kind of over the ocean, isn't it? It's connected by a bridge. So maybe that's 7 continents. Because I know my mum and dad are going to meditate with us at 11 p.m. tonight, as well as some of my Dharma students down there. So it's such a wonderful greetings, as you saw, from the 2 countries we've seen so far. And it's such a good show of friendship from these countries, all with the same goal as ours, to create world peace through inner peace. Isn't it interesting? Have you thought about it deeply, that as we sit here now and run our event, that these people are doing the same thing, the same organizations in these other countries with the same goal at the same time. I think that's really cool. So now we come to the most important moment of this Global Light of Peace 2017 event by practicing meditation together in unity, or what we like to call World Inner Peace Time, with our friends from the 6 continents and from every corner of the world through Facebook Live. We will practice meditation together in order to attain inner peace together. And together we will radiate this inner peace to help create world peace. This is the first year of the Global Light of Peace initiative. Therefore, every one of you is taking part in an auspicious and historic event by being the first group of people that have assembled together to create world peace through inner peace. We plan to hold this event annually, and our goal is to continually expand our initiative until the day comes that 7 million people throughout the world come to close their eyes, or our eyes, together and meditate together. At this moment, may I request that everyone turn off your mobile phones. This is something I probably should have requested earlier tonight, but I just remembered. And then also maintain, as much as possible, a peaceful state of mind to be ready to practice meditation. The foundation of meditation is morality, to abstain from any unwholesome thoughts, actions, or words, and to engage in only wholesome thoughts, actions, and words. It's the foundation. So if you can just calm your mind just a little bit more so that you can get ready for the practice of the meditation. It is indeed an auspicious occasion to have leaders from different religious traditions, as well as those of no religious persuasion, come together to express the vision to create world peace. With peace lovers from all over the world, meditating in unity as one people. Moreover, it is the 100th anniversary of the rediscovery of the middle way meditation method taught by Most Venerable Longpo Wat Pak Nam in Thailand, the great master of the middle way meditation, who sacrificed his life 100 years ago on this full moon night in September 1917. He made the resolution to sit in meditation, even if he died doing so, without leaving the seat, until he attained the universal method that would help human beings of all races, nationalities, and religions to attain true inner peace that would lead eventually to true world peace. In order to commemorate his sacrifice, we will humbly share his voice with you while he was teaching meditation 100 years ago, for your interest. The first minute of the recording is actually his voice in the Thai language, followed by an English translation of his instruction spoken by a local Australian, so that you can follow the meditation instruction clearly. So that this evening, it is almost as if Longpo Wat Pak Nam has come to teach us personally himself. The method of meditation today will be the original instruction that he gave to people 100 years ago. The instruction will guide us through the 7 points of focus in the body, as well as utilizing the mantra Samma Arahang. Please refer to the complimentary brochure if you want to know more about that. When you are ready, please adjust your sitting posture so that you are comfortable. But don't lie down, otherwise you may fall asleep. Not too much, not too little. Gently close your eyes so that you have no visual distraction. And let us all together enter into the meditation practice. Please do your very best to follow the meditation instruction.
บัดนี้ท่านทั้งหลายทั้งหญิงและชายได้เสียสละละเวลาอันมีค่ามาศึกษาในทางพระพุทธศาสนานี่เป็นกิจส่วนตัวสำคัญทางพุทธศาสนาแปลว่าทางคำสั่งสอนของพระพุทธเจ้าพระพุทธเจ้าสอนให้สัตว์โลกทั้งหมดละชั่วโดยกายวาจาใจทำความดีโดยกายวาจาใจทำใจให้ใส3 ข้อนี่แหละเป็นคำสอนของพระพุทธเจ้าทุกๆพระองค์ทั้งอดีตปัจจุบันอนาคตยืนยันเหมือนกันหมดเหตุนั้นท่านทั้งหลายเมื่อตั้งใจมั่นลงในพระพุทธศาสนาเช่นนี้ก็เพื่อจะทำใจของตนให้ดีตามประสงค์ของทางพุทธศาสนา
At this moment, all of you, both men and women, have sacrificed your valuable time to learn the teachings of the Enlightened One. This is an important personal mission. The Enlightened One taught all beings to refrain from all evils with body, speech and mind, to do all good deeds with body, speech and mind, and to purify the mind. These principles are the teaching of all Enlightened Ones from past, present and future. They all confirm these principles. So once your mind is determined toward the teachings of the Enlightened One, then you can practice to purify your mind through the knowledge called samatha and vipassana. Samatha is a primary knowledge which means peacefulness. Vipassana is a higher knowledge than samatha, which means enlightened vision. Both samatha and vipassana are profound knowledge in the teaching of the Enlightened One. The technique to practice samatha and vipassana is to use visualization and mantra. For visualization, you can form a mental image at the nostril, the first base, clear like a diamond sphere without scratches. the size of an eyeball. For females, keep the image at the left nostril. For males, keep the image at the right nostril. Just there. If your mind is wandering, keep your awareness of the mental image at the nostril. Feel the image crystal clear like the mirror. You can imagine the crystal sphere and keep your awareness at the centre of the sphere. Keep it at the nostril. Left for females, right for males. Then recite the mantra 3 times. Samaharang, Samaharang, Samaharang. Then move the crystal sphere to the second base, the inner corner of the eye, where the tears come out. Left side for the females, right side for the males. Then recite the mantra 3 times to maintain the image. Samaharang, Samaharang, Samaharang. Then move the image from the inner corner of the eye to enter the third base at the centre of the head, and then recite the mantra 3 times to maintain the image. Samaharang, Samaharang, Samaharang. Then move the image from the third base to the fourth base at the roof of the mouth, just there. And then recite the mantra 3 times to maintain the image. Samaharang, Samaharang, Samaharang. Then move the crystal sphere from the 4th base to the 5th base at the upper centre of the throat over the Adam's apple. And then recite the mantra 3 times to maintain the image. Samaharang, Samaharang, Samaharang. Then move the image to the 6th base, around the point of your navel, at the middle of your body, where the breath finds the turning point. Just there. Then recite the mantra 3 times to maintain the image at the 6th base. Samaharang, Samaharang, Samaharang. Then move the image from the 6th base, reverse up 2 fingers widths from above the navel at the 7th base, which is called the centre. Stay calm with the crystal sphere as the size of the eyeball at the centre, with the mantra Samaharang, Samaharang, Samaharang. Your awareness remains at the centre of the sphere till your mind becomes settled and still, and you continue to main the mantra Samaharang, Samaharang, Samaharang. Once your mind finds a total balance, your mind will be completely still at the centre. Whether it is dark or bright, your mind is still there. Then a bright sphere will appear eventually, and your mind will still be at the centre of the bright sphere. But if the mind wanders, repeating the mantra Samaharang, Samaharang, Samaharang. Once your mind is balanced and still, no need to use the mantra anymore. Just keep your mind still. It was said in Pali, an ancient language, that Nati Santi Parang Sukhang, which means peace of mind, surpasses all kinds of happiness. This stillness of the mind that leads to inner peace is very important. So you need to train your mind to be still. Once your mind becomes still, you can train them to experience stillness in stillness. Move forward in stillness. No return. Stillness in stillness. Stillness in stillness. Once your mind is totally still at the centre, you'll fall into the centre. and you will see the bright sphere like the moon or the sun emerging amid the stillness at the centre. This sphere is called Patama Marga, or primary path. This is the path that will lead us to world peace. It is a primary path of humanity to eternal peace. It is also the path that all enlightened ones have passed before us. It is the same path that people walk from all walks of life, all races and all religions will pass through. Some can be fast, some can be slow, depending on their goodness, energy previously accumulated. But it is the same path. On the worldly way, to move faster, you need to find faster vehicles like airplanes or cars. But on the spiritual way, if you want to move faster, you need to learn how to be still and let go. Then you can move faster spiritually. Just be still at the centre of the bright sphere. Be still. Once your mind is completely still, you don't need to use the mantra anymore. But if your mind goes back to wandering, you can use the mantra. Sama Haram, Sama Haram, Sama Haram, until the mind becomes still. Be still, just be still. Don't think of darkness or brightness. Just be still. Stay still. Stillness of the mind is the key to success. Learning to attain stillness is very crucial. Do not talk too much about any other things yet. Let's be settled in stillness first. Once your mind can find stillness, you can go further to learn other things in the teachings of the Enlightened One. Sama Haram, Sama Haram, Sama Haram. Keep your stillness to be steady along the way. Do not be distracted. Please continue to meditate in silence for a moment. Sape Puta, Palapata, Pajekanung, Jatyang Palang, Arantanang, Jate Shena, Lakung Pantami, Suputso, Sapatputa, Nupawina, Sapatama, Nupawina, Sapatsanga, Nupawina, Satasoti, Pawantude. Please slowly and gently open your eyes. Sadhu.
Thank you. Now doing your very best to maintain your meditative state of mind, just know and rejoice in the fact that you have lit the lamp of inner peace in your own mind. And radiate this outwards towards all of us here in this room, throughout the whole of Australia, throughout the whole world, and throughout infinite space. Now please enjoy these next two songs of peace. Peacefully enjoy yourselves. Simply experience the peaceful and calm atmosphere. Delight in the happiness and peace of our minds. Knowing that the gleaming brightness of the lights that we have lit today are far outshone by the radiance of our collective inner happiness and the brightness from our still and peaceful minds. To simply experience the light of inner peace.
In peace, take each other's hands and make amends. That now's the time for us to live in peace. We must be strong.
Let us together make the choices that will put our planet back on the right course. Only then will we fulfill our destiny. Don't you see we need each other? For it is the difference of colors and races that actually unite us all. Let us choose to live. Let us choose to respect. And let us choose to lift each other up. Let there be peace.
Everyone in the world, please listen close. It's time to understand true life. Let's go. If you ever broke bread in the belly of the beast, then you had to know the difference is war and peace. Be still the heart, let us concentrate. Let go the evil and all things to complicate. Breathe, stroll through the garden and vegetate. We can find peace if we all just meditate. Let's find a sinner, release the inner sinner. Impossible with war with no sides to winner. Happier together is the healing process. Now let that digest and we can progress. Deliver me a world with all problems solved, and I'll show you a species truly involved. Find peace of mind, release the hatred. Let us all come together and break the matrix.
In your mind, search it and find a relief from all the stress that this whole world can bring. We need to find different ways to live. We need to find a better way.
Now everyone in the world, please listen close. It's time to understand true life. Let's go. If you ever broke bread in the belly of the beast, then you had to know the difference is war and peace. Be still the heart, let us concentrate. Let go the evil and all things to complicate. Breathe, stroll through the garden and vegetate. We can find peace if we all just meditate.
In your mind, search it and find a relief. Just look inside, see what your light can bring. We need to find a different way to live. We need to find a better way.
Let's find a sinner, release the inner sinner. Impossible with war with no sides to winner. Happier together is the healing process. Now let that digest and we can progress. Deliver me a world with all problems solved, and I'll show you a species truly involved. Find peace of mind, release the hatred. Let us all come together and break the matrix.
In your mind, search it and find a relief. Just look inside, see what your light can bring. We need to find a different
So if we could have the lights come up. Now what we'll do, I'll just share with everyone that what we were going to do at that time was we were going to get you to all stand up and sway around with your globes. But I hope you don't mind, I made a choice on the moment. You looked also peaceful and so happy sitting there with your eyes closed. Some of you looking at the screen. I thought maybe that would break the mood. So, did you enjoy your meditation? Are you enjoying your peace of mind right now? Absolutely. I mentioned before as the first song started that we can simply experience the peaceful and calm atmosphere. It's actually accessible to us at all times. And we can delight in happiness and peace of our minds, which is accessible to us at all times. The gleaming brightness of these lights in front of us is symbolic of inner peace. But do you think your mind, when it's peaceful, how much more does it outshine these globes? As your inner peace shines, as you radiate it outwards, then you can affect all those around you. And they will affect all those around them. And that's how we can achieve the goal of creating the world peace. Now, what we'd like to do, if you could remain seated, is to record, as I mentioned earlier when our friends were on stage, we're going to record visually with the photograph some photos of us as the whole assembly together. And it's a commemorative photo of the whole assembly so that we can actually, like I said, visually record this auspicious occasion. We have actually today done our little bit. We've all participated in creating world peace. We've done our little bit today. So we should increase this, continue this. And please share this message of peace and that the world can be created, or the peaceful world can be created through inner peace. And let's echo this around the world. That whatever your religion, whatever your race, whatever your language, meditation and inner peace will always be there for you. We just simply have to look inside our minds. It's there. So if we can now just relax, enjoy, nice calm smiles, take the photograph. Is the cameraman coming on stage? Yeah? And just after we take the photo, I'll just mention, I'll advertise, not advertise really, but just share with you the date of next year's event, of which we'll do here in Sydney as well. No? Oh, okay. Sneaky photographer's already taken the photo. Which is actually really good because we don't have to now pose for a photo. So on this delightful evening, all of us here have assembled together in friendship, correct? Yes. To help create world peace through inner peace. Every one of us here, along with the participants in the other 5 continents around the world, should rejoice that we are the creators of world peace in this moment, at this time. Next year in 2018, we will assemble together like this again on the full moon day of the 24th of September. So you can make a mental note of that, 24th of September in 2018, to continue our quest to share and increase world peace through inner peace. You can also follow all of our activities on our Facebook page, The Global Light of Peace. And if anyone is interested to continue this meditation practice for world peace through inner peace, please visit the website www.mmipeace.org. Now I would like to take the opportunity to thank the associated organisations who have worked together to organise this evening's event. I've got so many pieces of paper up here, I just have to find the right one. First of all, the partnership together, the associated organizations, is DIRI, which stands for Dharma Chai International Research Institute, the 60th Dharma Chai Education Foundation, the Buddhist Federation of Australia, the Thai Australian Association of New South Wales, the Good Friend Group, UNAA, United Nations Association of Australia, the UN Sustainable Development, the Australian Christian Meditation Community, Synergy Lab, Sydney, Brahma Kumaris, and the Big Top at Luna Park. Also, I'd like to just share with you and extend the gratitude to the sponsors for this evening's event, and that is Vistaland, Villa Sipag, Aerospec, Devonshire Dental, DIFP, or Do It for Peace Co., Dharma Prapatson, iLab, Punyapat Construction Company Limited, BIKS Co. Limited, STC Group, and PTC Co. Limited. Yeah, please. It takes a lot of effort to organize something like this, including the venue, including all of the activities involved, including all of the travel and so forth. So we'd like to thank everybody for making the opportunity for us to come together today, including every individual here. Without one of you, that would be one less to create the inner peace and world peace. So you can also thank yourselves, to give yourselves a hand clap. Because we are, this year, obviously, and next year as well, and so forth, we are coordinating this at the same time as the other countries. We had to do it in the night time in Australia. I see someone yawning down here. I agree. It's getting a little late. I'm glad we didn't run behind time tonight, but thank you for your time and your efforts to make it here today. And I hope you've really benefited from our time together. Now, the Global Light of Peace 2017 event has come to an end. The organising committee would like to express our sincere appreciation to all participants on this auspicious occasion, and we'll see you all again very, very soon. May you have a safe journey home, and may all of the goodness and the positive energy that we've created here today, may it be shared with all living beings and throughout, wherever there is life throughout the universe. Thank you. Take the peace with you.